Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade Classic, and our Tauren Warrior playthrough. We are in Hillsbrad today. Weird thing, I actually started recording this episode, got a few minutes into it, and then I lost power here at my residence. And yeah, that made it so that the recording file didn't conclude, it didn't save properly, so we're a couple minutes into Hillsbrad. Let me catch you guys up. We were in Tauren Mill. I picked up all of the quests over there. So we have a bunch of the Elixir quest, Elixir of Pain, Elixir of Agony, and Elixir of Suffering. We need various animal parts for these quests, as well as some collectibles off the ground. So we'll be doing that. Right now we're actually headed over to Durnhold Keep. We have to rescue a few orc warriors who got captured. And we need to call the syndicate personnel in the area. So that's what we're working on right now. We're going to make our way over there. We're going to be fighting any bears and spiders we come across because we need their parts for the Elixir quest. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well today. Sorry for the weird start of the episode. It was weird for me too. And then of course we also have the Battle for Hillsbrad quest. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll get to a point where those will be green before we're really working on them. I think we've had a lot of success staying in areas where we're doing mostly green quests. It has allowed us to keep up a very nice pace. I really enjoy being able to go through these fights and not have to stop after every couple of combats to eat or to bandage. It's been a good time. I did turn in a quest from the BFD run that turned in at Zoramgar Outpost. And we got this Outlaw Saber, which is much better than the prior one-handed sword we had. So we're using that, and because of that, I think I'm going to keep the one-hander. I don't think I'm going to use the two-hander right now. I might throw it on to get it skilled up, but I really do like running around with a one-hander and a shield. It's a nice way to play. I really enjoy it. So I think as long as I can keep a good one-handed weapon, we might just go with Sword and Board for leveling up. I like that we take a lot less damage, which is probably also helping to cut down on how much we need to eat and bandage. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this for now. It's actually like a really cool looking sword too, especially as large as it is in the Tauren's hand. You can see like a lot of the details on it. Yeah, very cool handle on it. It's a nice weapon. Okay, moving on here. It looks like we only need one item from the spider, so it's probably going to be a pretty rare drop. I'm excited to be in the Hillsbrad foothills. It's been a while since we've taken a character through here. That being said, we do have some stuff we could work on in Southern Barrens as well, so if we get to a point where our quest log is full of yellow and orange quest, we'll head back over to the Barrens and we'll go down to Camp Tarajo and do the stuff down there that's going to be mostly green to us at this point. I have been selling a couple of bind and equip items on the auction house to a little bit of success, but that being said, I did train all of our level 26 spells, so that cost us quite a bit of gold, and now we fluctuated back down to 9 gold, and somehow we're supposed to get our mount in a handful of levels here, which is not going to happen on time unless something miraculous occurs. We would really need a really good blue or an epic to drop for us, so that maybe we could sell that on the auction house. And that would probably be the only way we'd get there right at level 30. My usual grinding spots for Mount Gold were in Stranglethorn and Badlands, but that was like vanilla grinding, so that was assuming you were getting your mount at level 40. Prior to that, like, I don't know where, I guess we would just be here grinding on enemies. If we had 4 levels to go to get our mount and we wanted to farm up some items to sell. I could just run around Hillsbrad for hours and hours, as exciting as that sounds. It's killing enemies. We're going to be doing that for a while anyway to get all the items we need for the Elixir quests. If my memory of the drop rate and the fact that we have 0 bear tongues right now is any indication at least. Hey, there's one. Gotta start somewhere. Oh, I am not in the immersion tab. I was in the immersion tab before my power dipped out. Sounded like some equipment in the neighborhood kind of went like pop. You ever hear a transformer up on the pole explode? That's kind of what it sounded like happened maybe like a couple blocks away from where I'm at. So, yeah, it seems stable now thankfully, but it was quite jarring. Oh, apparently this guy is just gonna stay over there and let us kill his buddy. I feel really bad. It's like, you don't even get any help. And she didn't even get to run. We were so close we couldn't even charge this guy, but he didn't aggro. I guess that's what happens when you get a handful of levels on him. What is he? He's 21. We're only 26. I think I'm gonna go up top first and then get the guy over here to the left. I think that's what we're gonna do. Thank you for the mite. I appreciate that. Don't have anything useful to offer in return though. Well, they might have just come from this way, so are we gonna find the guys up here we need? Probably not. We need keys. Off of you. Yeah, you are up. Okay, let's... So we should be able to just charge in. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else is even going to pull with him, so let's just pull him out this way. There's one of the keys that we need. I think it opens this guy. Togthar. Yeah, we're gonna unlock you. Don't mind us, Syndicate Shadow Mage. Nothing going on here. Oh, we don't even need these mages for the quest at all. No, I forget. Is there a jailer up here who we need a key from as well? It doesn't look like it. I don't know what I'm remembering, but I remember there being a guy up here. Maybe I'm thinking about the Durnhold dungeon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anybody up there. Okay, now we're gonna come down here. He's not inside of this one. There he is. I think we can just drop in. Well, you know, the hell with it. We're gonna drop in through the ceiling. Because if you can drop in through the ceiling, I think the only responsible thing to do is to drop in through the ceiling and just take them by complete surprise. Yeah, I'd say that worked out okay. Failed attempt. I don't think I've ever failed an attempt at opening these before. That's very interesting. It is good to be free of my bonds. Okay, go ahead without me. I will make my own way to Tauren Mill. That's what we like to hear. I suppose I could heal up a little bit. That could only help. I do need to learn wool bandages pretty soon. I think we have... Yeah, we have a decent amount of wool to get started, so... Probably could learn wool and heavy wool at this point. We're starting to get silk as well, so yeah, I guess I am just a little bit behind. We've needed healing so little that I've just gotten really far behind on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can come on inside. We're at 83 out of 150. Yeah, I think we need to train wool, which we should be able to do at any first aid trainer, I think. Next time I go to Undercity for warrior training, I'll check it out. Okay, what do we need? We need watchmen. 2 more of these. And then we need a bunch of rogues, and I haven't really seen the rogues, which I guess if they're true rogues, in that sense, maybe I wouldn't see them until it was too late, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing... It says in the tooltips here that we can find them, that they have potential spawn points. Maybe we check in some of the cabins. No, that's still just a watchman. Yeah, lots of watchmen and lots of mages, but I haven't seen a rogue. Very, very strange. And I was thinking they would be in stealth, but you would assume we would stumble across one at this point. No one's in here? Okay, that's odd. Well, okay then. Okay, they found a rogue. So they do exist. They do exist. Somewhere, some of the time. And maybe they are in stealth, I don't know. I really don't want to be involved in what's happening because I don't think I can help at this point. I'm just going to hang out here for a minute. Okay, looks like we're good. Is there a different place we can find these guys? Yeah, we can get them down here, but are we going to get 10 of them? Probably not. Aha! They do exist. Okay, so that's 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. We're gonna need to do a little bit better than that when it comes to finding them. Do we want to look back up top? We definitely can. But when I'm looking at the map of where they can spawn, it has so few points. And that is just a little bit weird to me. There's a rogue in here. Well, slowly but surely, we can find them. Here's one who's respawned over here. That's good. Good, 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 good. Okay. And another one. So yeah, it's just a matter of them respawning. Maybe they share spawn points with the Watchmen. Maybe it has a chance to spawn a rogue, or to spawn a Watchman, or to spawn a mage. That seems likely. We'll go with that. Let's go up top and have a little look around up there, just to be sure that they're not more of them hanging out up top. I don't see any in this direction. Oh no! Oh, we were too late to do anything there. And we can't res. I feel like this is just not a great place to be at the moment. Let's just wait. Okay, you're a rogue. Where are you running back to? Alright, alright. Good, good, good. Let's go up here. We have 2 dull iron keys. I don't think we need 2 of them, but we have them now. What about up here? Any rogues visible? Doesn't look like it. I honestly didn't think that you were going to bother aggroing. I thought you valued your own NPC life a little bit more than that. That's how wrong I was. Okay, so what do we got? We got 6 out of 10. That's not bad. Maybe we need to head back down. Yeah, I just don't... I don't see any rogues up top over the other direction. But we know they spawn here sometimes, so... Yeah, see, here we go. We gotta respawn right away. I do enjoy finishing combats quickly enough that we are actually waiting on charge to come off cooldown. I find that enjoyable. Let's pull out the, here's what we'll do. Just to keep this from being, like, overly tedious, maybe if we pull out the two-hander for a little bit and get that leveled up, maybe that'll be something we could do where we can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We can level up a weapon skill while we wait for some rogues to pop back up here. And we're not, like, at 0 on this. No, we're at 91 out of 130, so it's not good, but it's not awful either. Let's go over this way. This person is having lots of problems in here. We're just like, oh good, I'm glad that that we got this one. Yeah, that's not going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened to us, is it? Missed. we could go. Let's be smart here, and we'll go back to the sword and board for a minute. Alright, and now we can go ahead and maybe we eat for a second here. It's the first time in a long time we've had to sit down and eat. This person is still having all kinds of issues. You're a paladin, right? Yeah. Level 24 Blood Elf Paladin. Maybe they're just pulling too much at once. I'd like to go back to the two-hander here. You're not a rogue, but that's fine. I mean, man, it looks cool, right? I mean, when wielded by a Tauren, you're seeing the biggest model of it that's going to exist. The weapons all look really awesome. Alright, well... Oh, there's a rogue. Okay, that'll be 9 out of 10. The good thing about having all these paladins around is that we have not lacked for might. I think we've kept might up on ourselves here more than like when we've actually played a paladin and tried to keep it on ourselves. We've had more uptime today on the warrior than most episodes on a paladin. We could go back up top. We could probably get that one that we fought up there. Let's go check that out. See if that pans out or not. Oh, good. Robert climbs the stairs, take 2. Yeah, there's a rogue right here to our left. Perfect. And there we go. That's 10 out of 10. Let's make our way. Actually, we could just hearth back. We could hearth back, but we don't need to. We have stuff that we can fight on the way, so let's just run it. Let's run it, and maybe we save the hearthstone until we're doing something like much further away from the town. Or just when we're done with the majority of what we're working on. Did I spend the talent point? I did not spend the talent point because I'm bad at remembering to spend. I guess we could take the next rank and impale. That's going to get our critical strike damage bonus up to 20% in all stances. So I avoided two-handed weapon specialization because we have been sword and boarding a lot. That being said, you know, fighting the guys that we're fighting, we haven't been taking like a lot of damage even with the two-handers, so... We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna have to decide soon. We could either put more points into deflection, which would help us a little bit when we tank, or we can go two-handed spec and just dedicate ourselves to wielding two-handers. The problem with that for me is that we're always gonna be rolling on one-handed weapons, right, from dungeons. I don't always roll on two-handed weapons when I'm tanking. Sometimes I do. It depends on the group composition. Like, if I'm in a group with 2 paladins, or a paladin and a warrior, and everyone's going to be rolling on every piece of mail, and then I'll roll. If it's just me and one other person who could use the item, then I'll usually try to let them have it. So yeah, I don't always roll on two-handers, and if I'm going to go into two-hand spec, I'm going to be in a position where I'm going to have to do that. If something drops in a dungeon run, even if I'm tanking, I'm probably going to want to roll on it. Because it's what we need to level if we do spend our points in that way. Yeah, I wonder if there were some rogues over here. Probably. A couple. We need bears, for sure. The spider thing, I mean, it's one item. Kinda hoping that we'll just get lucky on one of the spiders early on. I mean, I feel like we're taking a little bit more damage, right? We are taking a little bit more damage. Is it going to lead to more downtime? Yeah, maybe. We'll get it skilled up and then we'll see how we feel. We'll probably go back to the sword and board after a little while. There was a spider over here that I saw. Oh, you're level 25. And you've got some poison you're laying down. That's nasty. No items. We're kind of headed back to town, a little bit. We're going in the general direction. We do need to head more that way if we want to go back and turn these in, but, you know, bears, bears, bears. Let's stop over here, we'll vendor what we don't need, and we will repair. We could use that. I'm assuming it wouldn't be cruel enough to let us sell any of the quest items we need.
For the whole.
I haven't got all day. Goodbye.
Blood and thunder.
You don't really have anything we need. I mean, this is not I don't want to give up all that armor, right? Yeah, it'd be some strength, it'd be less stamina, and I'm just not going to give up all but I will take it to sell it.
For the Horde.
Alright, what do we want to do next? Probably not that. Level 24 is the Battle of Hillsbrad. Let's just run the fields here and try to get our bear tongues and some of our lion blood and maybe our spider ichor. Let's try to take care of some of that. Oh, we did have a quest pop up here on the wanted poster. I think that's new. I don't think I forgot to take anything. By order of High Executor Darthalia, the human known as Baron Vardis is wanted for crimes against the Forsaken. Vardis is known to be a high-ranking member of the organization known as the Syndicate and was last spotted in the uplands of the Alterac Mountains north of Tauren Mill. Okay, maybe something for later on. That's fine, we have plenty of room in the quest log at the moment. I did drop everything we had in the Baron's quest log. I don't plan to go back there until we go to do some Tarajo stuff. So if we continue to get to a point where everything is going to be yellow or orange, we will go back to the Baron's for a little bit. And we'll work on some stuff out of Camp Tarajo. Other than that, we could always go into Ashenvale. I think we out-leveled a couple of the quests in Zoramgar Stand, but... yeah, I just did a bunch of Ashenvale recently though, so I'm not very keen to see it all again so soon. I was looking at recaps from a couple of the interviews they did after they announced Dragonflight, and one of the most exciting things that I heard said was that the new zones are going to be large places where stories happened, and not like levels that were designed for a specific narrative to be told. So just like getting back to like the more natural feeling zones, which is something that I've really wanted in WoW for a long time. It was really in WoD that they went with that really cramped, a lot of elevation, tons of caves model where like every 10 feet that you walk, there's either a cave that you have to go under, or you have to climb up and go into a cave, or you have to go underwater and go into a cave. Like, and there was something like every couple of steps it felt like, you know, there was another elevation to contend with that just made everything feel like a video game level. Which is, you know, obviously it is, but it's not like a video game level. It's supposed to be a part of a world. And I'm really happy to see the promise of getting back to that and making the zones even larger, it seems, than they've ever been before. And I really hope it does have that sense of openness and possibility that I think a lot of the classic zones had that are just completely lacking. The modern zones just lack those qualities of just being open places for your imagination to get away with you. Everything's so cluttered in modern zones, like you don't really get to use your imagination or get immersed. Like it's just you're on this roller coaster ride, and you're following all the roads really tightly, and you're doing little switchback paths up the mountains really tightly, and going into the caves. And there's not a lot of room for you just to see like a place that's like a living area with settlements and people and things happening in it. And they're promising to return to that, and it's got me really excited and nostalgic. And yeah, I'm really excited for retail World of Warcraft to resemble World of Warcraft again, and just giving us those zones back that are more like this, where you can see into the distance. And giving us talent trees again, instead of giving us borrowed power system, letting us just get into our talent trees, giving us a full talent revamp, and letting us feel like the things we do to grow our character in the expansion are going to be things that we take with us into the future. I think that's going to be such a huge and refreshing change to retail WoW. And yeah, I'm happy to wait 1-2 years for it. I want to wait as long as it takes for them to do it correctly, and for it to be an absolutely amazing experience. And in the meantime, we have, you know, a lot of Classic to play, and we're going to have Wrath pretty soon. I feel like, you know, like, maybe they're going to want to do Wrath in August or October. I could definitely see them doing that. And I think it would work out with, I think they'd be able to get the rest of the content released in BC and be fine. And they've kind of been, like, quick-firing through BC content. At least it has seemed that way to me, from the outside of it. But yeah, I've been feeling really hopeful for the future of WoW, for retail WoW, and it's the first time that I've felt that kind of hope in a long time. And I don't want to let it like carry me away and get me all amped up. I know that they have a lot of work to do, but I think their design direction is, for the first time in years, they have a proper design direction. So even if the exact iterations come out and they're not perfect, and they need work, I think that that's fine, as long as the direction you're taking the game in is the direction that it needs to go. There's always going to be room for improving systems and things like that. But the thing is, if you take time to improve a system, and I'm going to have that system for, you know, the next 10 or 15 years, like talents, that's great. That's time well spent. If you spend time improving something like conduits, or, you know, Legion legendaries and artifacts, like, if you spend time developing that and fixing that, then that's not time well spent. When you fire them out through the airlock for the next expansion release, and all that work is basically for nothing. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. I did not see you amping up that frostbolt. But I will take all of your skins. That is something we can definitely do. Man, I need to work on Herbalism real bad. I'm kind of worried that Herbalism is like a lost cause. It's like when I have alchemy, I always make sure that I herb. But apparently, without alchemy as an incentive, I'm not a very good herbalist. Apparently. More and more greens. Okay, stamina and spirit. Those might sell. What else did we get? We got fire spell damage. That probably won't sell for a whole lot. Yeah, good. Let's use this just to get it out of our inventory. Oh, we're done with bears. Okay, yeah, this is Robert totally paying attention to what's going on. We're done with bears. We need a lot of mountain lion blood. And then I think we still need our Ichor? Can I not open the quest from Questie? I have to go in and open the quest? Oh no, we got the Ichor. Okay, so we are all done with the spiders and we are all done with the bears. Now we are just hunting mountain lions. Alright, we can do that. Narrows our scope a little bit. Doesn't mean I won't still fight other things if they're kind of in the way. The exciting thing is once we get to level 27, we're going back into Razorfen Crawl and we're gonna do it properly this time. Felt really underpowered in our one run. You know, I think I started off with the sword in one hand. Somebody pointed out that we might not have had max weapon skill with it, but then even when we switched over to the one-handed mace, we still weren't keeping threats, and we were level 24 with a bunch of level 26 and 27 people on DPS, so wasn't the best feeling thing in the world. We also still have 2 items that we got from our run that we can't equip until 27, so it's going to be nice to be able to equip these. Yes, we'll get to wear a helm. And then go back into the dungeon and feel a little bit stronger and see what else we can get in there. I really wish the dungeon finder would be a little bit more judicious in like when it shows you a dungeon. Like if you can't equip the loot from the dungeon, it shouldn't show it, right? Isn't that like pretty fair to say? Like if you can't equip the loot you're gonna get, you should not be queuing up for it. And I could have done a quick look on Wowhead, obviously, and you'd think I would remember by now. But I just saw it in our dungeon list and thought, hey, yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. It's different. It's new. But yeah, I'm excited to go back and do it properly. Somebody pointed out that like it was because we weren't prot spec, and yeah, I think that's totally wrong. I think that it's completely fine to tank leveling dungeons as your DPS spec. I don't think that's bad at all. As long as you have the sword and shield, like, you're totally fine. The problem with the Razorfen Crawl run was literally that we were too low of a level to do it. But we haven't had any problems with our survivability or with really holding threat on the necessary things. And the way I look at it is this. If the run is successful and nobody's dying and nobody's miserable and everyone's fine, then no, you absolutely don't need to be tank spec to do a level 25 dungeon. That's just kind of silly at this point. Maybe that was true when people didn't know how to play as well or didn't understand, you know, group dynamics, or maybe if you don't have competent people in the group to help out, that could be the case. But I think it's kind of crazy in 2022 to think that you have to be protection spec to do a leveling dungeon. Now, yes, if you're doing heroics in TBC, you absolutely should be a proper tanking spec. No argument here. And I feel like there are people who would argue that, who would go so far as to say that no, you could go in there with a two-handed arms warrior and have them tank it on heroic. But like, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, for normals, no. I'm gonna take my normals in my DPS spec and see how that goes. And that's just what we're gonna do. And it's going to be fine. That being said, I have been considering doing a playthrough of a prot pally from levels 58 to 70 through the Outland content. And yeah, I would like to level them as prot. I think that would be cool to do that and see how that goes. But that would just be a personal choice. I feel like we could also we could spec ret and we could still tank just fine, you know. Yeah, I'd really love to play a paladin and have a paladin ready to go into Wrath. But leveling the paladin at the low levels, I have found, is very, very boring to me. Prior to getting your kind of last talents in your main row and getting your spec ability, I'll call it. Because prot paladins, you get Avenger Shield, which, you know, you throw the shield, it bounces around, hits enemies. And then Retribution, you get Crusader Strike. So those are like really huge in your rotation, and you don't get them until you're like 40 points deep. So playing the class before that just feels kind of empty and hollow to me. So I was thinking, you know, just doing one from 58 to 70 could be something that I could do that could let me have a paladin and level a paladin and make sure I know the ins and outs of the paladin before Wrath. And then in Wrath, it's all going to change anyway. But I feel like that could be a lot of fun, and that could give us our Alliance character. For going into Wrath of the Lich King, I said that I wanted to take a Horde character and an Alliance character into Wrath. Even if I wanted to, I don't think that we really have the time to do 2 playthroughs from level 1 to level 70. We're definitely getting the Warrior to 70, so that's like, that is going to happen. It's going to happen regardless of anything else that happens. So the Warrior is going to be our Horde character. I would love to have the Paladin, because I'd like to tank on it, and I know that I enjoyed healing on it in Wrath. I didn't tank on it then, but I did do some healing on it, and that was very enjoyable. Ice Crown, by Ice Crown I was maining my Paladin as a Holy Paladin. And yeah, I'm really considering that. I know a lot of people, like, you might not agree with the boost, whatever. The boost is a market transaction that exists, regardless of whether you like it or not. And it helps people enjoy the game that they want to enjoy. Like in my case, I have come to the point where I'm never going to level a Paladin all the way up. I don't enjoy it at low levels, but I would really love to play it at higher levels, and I would really love to take it into Wrath of the Lich King. And I guess the fact of the matter is, to do that, I guess I'm willing to part with some of my money to have that happen. And you know, if you don't agree with the boost, don't buy a boost. Don't support it. It's about all you can do. I mean, you could leave a nasty comment about it here, I guess. It's not going to change anything. It's certainly not going to change what I'm going to do. Yeah, they don't want to drop their blood very much, do they? I mean, that's understandable, I guess. Nobody wants to drop their blood, okay? I get it. But actually, we're making pretty good progress through here. I feel like my memories of these quests, it took me days and days to get the items. And I know that probably wasn't the case, right? It probably took me like a few hours. But I feel like the drop rates were worse. Now granted, when I originally leveled through here, it would have still been vanilla era. So maybe the drop rates were a little worse than vanilla. I don't specifically recall from classic. I didn't even notice when we got the spider ichor, so that's fun. A little cat on cat action over here with the Night Elf Hunter. Oh, Blood Elf Hunter. Oh, he looked blue from far away. My bad. Yeah, cats. We need cats. Here we go. Alright, what is our sword skill like now for two-handed? We're getting there. We're almost maxed out. Probably because these guys are a little bit of a lower level, we're not getting quite as many skill points as we might get if we were fighting enemies that were, you know, level 25 or 26. Oh, there's a vendor over here. That's convenient. I could use a vendor. Well. Why are they vanishing? I'm confused. Zizzle, Merchant Supreme. Is this the goblin that runs a path? So he's not here. I am still confused about why these guys are vanishing. It's, kind of unsettling. So no vendor hanging out there, unfortunately. Bags are getting, they're not quite full yet because they're large, amazing bags. Oh, there's a hunter's, there's a hunter's mark. Robert, don't charge things with a hunter's mark. Where's the... Oh, there she is. Sorry. Sorry. The hunter's mark is kind of like calling dibs, so I should pay more attention to that. Didn't have an item anyway. Doesn't matter. Alright, we're not doing too bad. We're at 7 out of 10. Lots of skins. Lots of skins. What's going to happen to my skinning level here? Okay, we're at 189 out of 125, so we can skin this stuff, and it's not going to cap us. And I'm going to have to make a note to myself to try to train leather, or skinning rather, next time I'm back in Undercity. Which will probably be pretty soon, because I'll probably be wanting to head to the Barrens before we do the battle for Hillsbred stuff. Alright, well, we've succeeded in clearing the fields of both cats and carcasses. So Yetis up here, I don't really want to mess with the Yetis. The Yetis are level 30 and could probably hurt us badly, quickly. Without mercy. I hope with the open areas they can go back to quest designs that are more like this, where like the enemies I need are spread out in like a much larger area that I have to traverse, and they're not all cram-packed together in like some tiny little bubble on the minimap, and I'm like running circles in some tiny area. I would really like it if things could be like spread out, and then you feel like you're actually searching stuff out and hunting for stuff, and not just like running laps around a big tree to like kill all the guys that instantly respawn because they're all packed right into that little area and it only takes 2 pulls to kill them all. That is not what I want. Hoping that the bigger zones goes back to quest feeling a little bit more spread out. And yeah, feeling like they are things that are just happening in the world instead of like feeling like the world was crafted specifically for those things to happen. If that makes sense. Cool, cool. One more item. One more drop of blood. So many skins. I will put these stacks on the auction house. They only sell for like 15 to 20 silver a stack. But I will put them up. I don't know what medium leather sells for, so we'll check that out as well. Because yeah, apparently if you want to get some low-level skinning mats, you grab a skinning knife and just come to the Hillsbred Fields and run back and forth as other players fight stuff and just skin all of their left-behind carcasses, and you'll do great. Something I usually do earlier is to see kind of who's in the zone. Lots of people here. Yeah, lots of people. Not a lot of warriors, though. I like that. I like to see that number kind of dwindle. Probably a reason why there just aren't as many tanks. I had a shot at another cat here, but got distracted and console myself by just skinning all this stuff instead of actually getting the kill. Yeah, this place is pretty thoroughly farmed out. It's nice to see. I really do enjoy seeing other players in the world being so active. It's actually great. I hope that some of this is because of the announcements and because people are psyched to get back into World of Warcraft again. I get a lot of comments about people saying that like where they're at, the game seems dead, and honestly like the server and the faction matters so much. You have to just do a quick Google. Pick what zone you're in, so whether you're in like EU or North America, like just Google it. You gotta Google it. You gotta look it up. Find a server where you're at in a time zone that you want to play in. Okay, that has the faction balance that you need. So like this server, Mancrick, is like 98% horde characters. Okay, and it's a high to full population server, and those are the two things you need. You need to be on a server where the population is skewed in your faction, because that's just how it is. If you want lots of players, there's a couple of realms in each area where you can find that 50-50 split. So if that is important to you, if you're big into PvP and you want to be on a realm where like it's split down the middle, there's a couple realms to choose from, but you have to do the research. Don't just randomly pick a realm. Don't just pick a realm because you know a buddy who sometimes plays on the realm. Do your research first and then pick a realm, because it's night and day difference. When I play on the realms I play on, the world, you can see, like, feels alive and players are doing stuff. And that's the case in most zones at all level ranges. But if you end up, like my old server, I had characters on Westfall when I first started Classic. All my characters were on Westfall. And slowly, the Westfall server population just kind of declined. And now it's like a low to mid population server. I have a priest that's sitting in Outland that really, even as a healer, it's hard to find groups. And yeah, that's not enjoyable to me, so that character kind of died there because I made a choice about the server without really doing research on it beforehand, and just over time it became a lower population realm.
That better be good.
Oh, it will be good. Give Oompy the Elixir of Suffering. Is that the frog here? Yeah. Sorry. Yep, croak. What do we want here? We will take the mail to sell it. Nothing like the smell of fresh blood in the foothills. Now we'll mix in a touch of this and a little of that and let the real fun begin. What I have created with this blood, I like to call an Elixir of Pain. If my calculations are correct, this concoction could be the start of something very beautiful for Lady Sylvanas, but what we need first is a test. This is the one to poison the dog, and I hardly ever do this because I think it's just gruesome and should be like removed out of the game. Victory. So we'll see if we actually do. The bad thing here is, guys, we didn't hit level 27. The good thing is, I think we're gonna run out into the fields here and fight a couple of things, and that should get us to level 27. And then we'll take a look at these quests and see. Right now they're all yellow, so I am inclined to take us back to the Barrens for a little bit. It could be a nice contrast to kind of hop between the two zones. An hour or so here, an hour or so there. But let's get this last little bit of experience, shall we? Hey, I'll take it. It only took one kill. Great. Let's go over and sell our junk, of which we have accumulated quite a bit. We'll get a repair in. I'll keep the medium hides as well. I don't know how much they sell for, but I will look into it. Trying to get better at the auction house and at making money. This begins a quest. We'll check that out in a second here. We're going to sell these on the auction house. The light hides we'll check as well. And I think that's everything. Alright, let's have a look at this. Oh, this we can't even start yet. Right. We picked this up from Razorfen Crawl. That's the other thing, like, yeah, if there are quests in the dungeon that I can't do yet, like, please, you probably shouldn't let me queue up. Even when we go back at level 27, we're not going to be able to do this, but we have it for whenever we do hit level 28. But yeah, guys, I think this is going to be a decent place to take a little break, get some rested experience. The next thing that I'll do on the Warrior is that we're going to do RFK again. And we're going to be in a much better position to do that. We also have an AoE taunt now, so when things do get out of hand, which they are bound to, we can have an AoE taunt we can pop. That is on a 10-minute cooldown, so it is a things have all gone wrong type of situation that we'll use it in. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. And as always, thank you all for being here and for all the support that you've shown the series. It does mean the world to me. Special thank you to those of you who are supporting me on Patreon and our members on the YouTube. You guys are helping me ensure that I can keep doing this long into the future. So thank you so much, those that do. Take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth sometime soon. Bye now.